Today's recipe is a super soft sausage bread rolls that are no knead. See how gorgeous these are looking. You guys know how we roll on this channel. We try to simplify all our recipes, okay? So if you want to know how I put this together, then stick around to the end. Hello beautiful family. Welcome back. My name is Sarah. If you're new here, please consider to subscribe for more simplified and amazing recipes like this. And don't forget to click on the post notification bell so that you'll be among the first to be notified of all my new videos. And to all my returning subscribers, I truly appreciate your love and support. So now let's get baking. Here are the list of ingredients: 2 cups all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons sugar, 1 egg, 1.5 teaspoon of instant yeast, 2 tablespoons unsalted butter, half teaspoon plus 2 or 3 tablespoons of water, quarter teaspoon of salt, and 8 sausages. I am using turkey franks. You can use any one you prefer. My butter here is melted and the egg and milk are at room temperature. The list of the ingredients will be in the description box below. Into my bowl of flour, I will add in a quarter teaspoon of salt and whisk to combine, then I'll set it aside. Please be mindful of the amount of salt to put in your dough because the sausages are already salted. And if you prefer, you can even omit the salt, leave it out. Now into a large bowl, I'll add in my room temperature milk. And then next, I'll add 2 tablespoons of water. I am using half tablespoon here, so that means I'll be using 4 to make it 2 tablespoons. So next, I'll crack 1 egg and break it into the milk. Next, I'll add in my sugar. Then lastly, I'll add in my instant yeast. Please note, I am not activating the yeast. I'm using instant yeast. It doesn't need activation. But if you're using dried active yeast, you have to activate it for 2 to 5 minutes until it bubbles before you go to the next step. So here I'll just give it a good whisk to make sure I give it a head start. It starts melting before I add in my flour and salt mixture. After mixing for about 30 seconds, then we'll add in our flour and salt mixture. Then with the aid of a spatula, we're gonna combine everything together until we form a sticky tacky dough. This should take about 1 to 2 minutes depending on the pressure you put in mixing the dough. Yes, I remember I didn't put the butter. The butter is gonna come in later. After it has formed into a dough, you scrape the sides and bring everything together. The dough should be sticky and a bit tacky, but not too sticky and not too firm, just as seen in the video. So next, I will cover the dough and let it rest for 15 minutes on your table counter. After 15 minutes, next, in goes our melted butter. Then we are going to incorporate the butter into the dough very well. Make sure everything combines together. This should take about 2 to 3 minutes. Once the butter has been fully incorporated into the dough, next we're going to form it into a ball and then Cover it and let it rest on the countertop for about 25 minutes. After 25 minutes, you're going to open it up and nothing much has changed right now, but the gluten strands are beginning to form. Take a look, but it's not yet fully stretchy as it's supposed to be. So right now, I'm going to pick from each side of the dough and then tuck it in about 15 to 16 times. Once you're done stretching and tucking in the dough, you're going to form it into a ball like so, and then cover it and let it rest for about 40 minutes on your countertop. After 40 minutes, our dough has doubled in size. So right now you're going to punch out all the excess gas with your fist. Then you form it into a ball, then transfer it onto a clean work surface. Divide the dough into 2 equal parts, then further divide the half into 4 and the other half into 4. Try to divide the dough as equal as possible for even baking. This recipe yields 8 sausage bread rolls. Then form each piece into a ball and set it aside. We're going to repeat the same process for the remaining 7. Once done, then cover and let it rest for 10 minutes. While that is resting, you line your baking sheet with a parchment paper. After 10 minutes, pick the first ball you worked with, lightly flour your work surface. Then with the aid of a rolling pin, you roll out your dough to about 6 to 7 inches in length and breadth. Then the thickness of the dough should be about half an inch. The length of my sausage was 5 inches, so you will have to work with the length of your sausage. If yours is 4 inches, you will have to roll the dough to about 5 to 6 inches. So mine is 5 inches. I'm rolling the dough to be about 6 to 7 inches. So right now, I'll place my sausage in the middle of the dough. Then with a bench scraper on a knife, make a slit on the dough 4 times in an angle facing downwards on the right and on the left side of the dough. If you noticed, I left about half an inch of the sausage. Then next, you pick the right strand, place it on the sausage, and you pick next the left strand and cross it over the right strand, and you repeat the same process till the end of the dough. Now I will pinch the last strand on the dough so that it doesn't open up while baking. You just pinch it like so, and that is it. Then I'll place it on my baking sheet. If you don't have a baking sheet, you can just grease your pan or your baking sheet with butter and dust it with flour. So now I'll repeat the same process with the remaining 3. I'll be using this first 4 for this design that I just did, and the remaining 4 for a different design. So right now I am through with the first design. I will cover it and set it aside to proof for 30 minutes. Now for the second design, you pick one dough, lightly flour your work surface if it's a bit sticky, then you flatten the dough with your hands. Then you start rolling and pressing down the dough to form a log. Once you have formed the log, you will roll out the dough outwards. Just as seen in the video, you're going to roll it out to about 15 inches long. Also, it depends on the length of your sausage. Let's say your sausage is about 4 inches, then you roll the dough to about 12 inches. So while rolling, you might find gas in the dough. If it looks excess, pinch out the excess gas and roll up the dough to seal up where you have pinched. Once you've gotten the desired length, then you pick a sausage and roll the dough on the sausage, round it in a spiral form. Pinching also the beginning of the dough and the end to prevent the dough from opening while baking in the oven. The thickness of the rolled dough is about 3/4 inches. Try as much as possible to roll out the dough smooth, because if you don't roll it out smooth, it's not going to come out smooth when after you finish baking it. Make sure to properly seal up the dough and place the pinched sides facing downwards on your baking sheet. So I'm going to repeat the same process with the remaining dough. So right now I am done and this is what it looks like. I don't have 2 baking sheets, so that's why I'm using a pizza pan. So right now I will cover it with a clean kitchen towel and let it rise for about 30 to 45 minutes on my kitchen counter. It all depends on the temperature of your kitchen. So this is after 40 minutes. It has risen a bit. So right now prepare my egg wash. That is 1 egg and 2 tablespoons of milk. So here I am using half tablespoon to measure, so that is why I have to put in 4 of it. Give it a good mix until everything is well combined, and then with the aid of a brush you use to apply and rub it on the dough. So we apply this on the dough to give the bread a beautiful golden brown color and shine after baking in the oven. So after applying this, then immediately you sprinkle in your sesame seeds. This is totally optional. If you don't have it, you don't have to. So I'm going to apply egg wash on these other ones too, but I will not be applying the sesame seeds here. So I'll place this in my preheated oven of 340 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 to 20 minutes. So this is after 20 minutes in the oven, and this is what our sausage bread rolls looks like. Aren't these gorgeous? Look at how beautiful they are looking. Well baked, not too brown, and the designs are also very beautiful. Look at it. My house smells of freshly baked bread right now. Look at it. It's looking so beautiful. So right now you take them out of the pan and place them on a cooling rack to cool down completely before serving. Or if you like yours warm, you can eat it warm. So this is the second design. It has finished baking and this is what it looks like. Looking so gorgeous and beautiful. Here is an upfront or closer view of what it looks like. Look at it, perfectly baked sausage bread rolls. You can have this as breakfast, for dinner, or even a snack. I will also place it on a cooling rack to cool down completely. If you want a soft crust, before the sausage bread rolls cool down, you can use a brush to apply melted butter on top of it before it cools down completely. And I didn't do that here. So guys, please do try this recipe and let me know in the comment section down below which of the designs you prefer. Do you prefer the kneaded one or the ones that I rolled round the sausage? And what you would rather have this with? So right now, it's time for me to show you guys what the inside of our sausage bread rolls look like. Here, look at how beautiful the inside is also looking. It's not just beautiful, it is soft, fluffy, and very tasty. I bet you guys you will love this recipe. So if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button and join the family for more amazing recipes like this that are also going to be simplified. You won't regret it, I promise you that. So guys, thank you for watching. Remain blessed. I will see you guys in my next one soon. Bye-bye. Enjoy your sausage bread rolls.